how to set up a chessboard. It's an ancient game going back centuries, even older than Joe Biden is. But the way you set it up is you have a dark side and a light side. You start off with your queen. Now, the reason why you start off with the queen is that whatever color the queen is, so this is the dark queen, she will go on the dark square in the middle. So you have two in the middle, she goes on the dark square. And the king goes next to her on the light square, okay? Now, really quick, make sure that the white square is in the bottom right-hand corner. That way you know you're setting it up in the right direction. So bottom right-hand corner is the white square. Anyway, so dark queen goes on the dark space. The king goes next to her, both are in the middle. Next to the king and queen, you have your bishops. They look something like this, and you should have two of them. They will go on both sides of the queen and king. Next, we have the knight piece, looks kind of like a horse. They go next to the bishops. Okay, so knight, knight, next to the two bishops. Then you have your rook, which looks kind of like a castle. Those guys go on the end like so. Okay, so now we have all our important pieces set up. You can kind of tell because the king is the tallest and the queen is the next tallest, you can kind of see it slope down. Some chess pieces are designed differently, but generally it'll start with the tallest in the middle and slope down. That's kind of a way to check to make sure you have it set up right. Then you have 8 of these little guys, the pawns. They go right in front of your important pieces, right? I mean, pawns are important too, I guess, but not nearly as important as the others. And they just line up right across the second row just like that. So that's how we set up one side. We're gonna do the exact same thing to the other. White squares on the bottom right-hand corner. We start with our queen. She's gonna go in the middle on the white square, okay? White queen, white square. Way to check is the queens should be across from each other on the same line, okay? Same with the kings. They are now straight across. And you just do the same thing. Bishops go on both sides of the king and queen, then the horses, the knights, then your rooks or your castles, with all the pawns lined up in front. Should be 8 of them. This is an 8x8 grid. And that is how you set up the game of chess.